Charles is out. And me being humble, I'm not going to talk about it anymore about how much I'm right,
baby.
How right I was the whole time.
Just say it.
Yep.
Just say it. Volk, the great, the man that steps up, the man with giant brass balls, steps in on 11 days' notice to take on Islam Makhachev. My God, you got to admit, that dude is special.
Like little short yellow bus special or just special?
He doesn't
what
give
kind of special are you talking?
Fuck.
He doesn't.
He doesn't give a
Well, John,
fuck.
this is a no-lose situation. Like the first time he fought, it was a no-lose situation. It continues to be a no-lose situation for him.
Okay.
Look,
I agree with you. I think it is no-lose.
It doesn't look, and I also you look at fighters that are in a no-lose situation. The same thing happened with Michael Bisping when he fought Luke Rockhold. This shit can be an upset. And I'm going to continue to say Volk is going to probably be one of his toughest fights ever. And the reason being,
because
it's the speed, it's the athleticism, he's a slippery little sucker when you get a hold of him.
He's a fire plug that has no submission abilities because he just guts it through everything. The dude's he's just a freaking stud.
Yeah, he's gonna always continue. I think he will continue to be Islam's toughest fight because he's just so hard and difficult to get his hands on. Those small, compact fighters, and I said this before. People were like, "Oh, you're just being biased because it's Islam." And no, man, I've trained with guys, the toughest guys that I've ever fought, and trained with ever were fucking these short, little, stocky guys. Josh Koscheck, Justin Wilcox. I mean, these guys, and anytime I wrestled a guy that was short and stocky, I could never do anything to them. It was the most frustrating thing. They always had like little T-Rex arms, and then they just walked around like this, and trying to get elbow control and wrist control. And they're so strong normally.
Dave, you see that movement? Yeah. That was Josh fighting at 45.
Yeah, it was so bad making 40. I had to make 143 when I fought Kid Yamamoto. That was the most miserable moment.
No, I'm not talking at 45 as far as weight. I'm talking 45.
Oh, me at the old age. I thought you meant the weight class. Hey,
all that skill
I'm
going.
telling you right now, man. I'm looking for that Nate Diaz bare knuckle boxing fight.
Okay.
Yeah. I've always wanted to see what it was to live life ugly like you. So I figured I'd take a bare knuckle boxing match.
It's awesome.
See what happens.
It's awesome, man.
Gosh. I can't imagine, man, going through life like that.
You can sit there and say what you want, man.
Give me your thoughts.
Because you see.
I know. I see how miserable it must be for you. Jeez. John, give me your thoughts, man.
This is going to be, it's weird.
Nobody cares what you think.
Nobody cares. You shut your mouth.
We're just talking WWE.
No,
so.
I mean, you gotta look and say odds are way against Volkanovski in this. First off, he wasn't training. Second off, he's coming off of a hand surgery. When I say he wasn't training, he wasn't in a camp for a fight. I know he's training, but he wasn't in a camp for a fight. Third thing is age. Take a look when you get into from 185 down. I think UFC fighters in world championship fights, males, 2-30 or 2-35. 2-35, I believe, is the record for the guy that is the challenger coming up in weight. So that's not a good, odds are there for a reason, and they kind of work out, And so you look and everything goes against him, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's the fact that he's willing to take that fight on that short notice. Now, the one thing that I think is going to make a big difference in this fight, though, Josh, and this is what we talked about after the first one, Makhachev was drained for that fight because of time that he was allowed to recover from the weight cut. Here, he'll have the full time, and you're talking an additional anywhere between 12 to 16 hours of time. That makes a world of difference.
Yeah, that's another 3 meals. When you're talking food, that's another probably at least a gallon of water of hydration.
Yep.
So
Yeah. Because they actually came in at the same weight, and I'm not talking about weigh-in weight. I'm talking about the night of the fight in Perth. They were the same weight. I want to say it was like 178.
Yeah.
Okay, that's small for Islam.
Yeah.
And that is,
well,
he's gonna be the bigger fighter. I think you're gonna see him in a position where he's feeling better. And I do think the fight's gonna be different. I'm just telling you right now, it's not going to be the same fight.
Look, you're right. It's not going to be the same fight. I'm more nervous for Islam based on the fact that Alex may not fight the way he fought the first fight because he understands I'm not going to be as in good a shape as I was the first time to defend these takedowns. He may just throw caution to the wind because where he had success,
I think he will.
He'll be throwing fast, hard shots early in that fight to try to get him out of there. And Islam's one loss came by somebody in the very first round with a shot that that was fast, straight down the middle, caught him. And that was it. I think Volk's going to do a little bit of what Bisping did. Just fuck it. What do I got to lose, man? This is my shot at winning a title. I mean, another title for Volk, but you know what I mean? Like, this is my shot. I've been given this shot.
I agree.
I'm take
I think that he's going to come out and he's going to be a lot, since he was so successful in being able to get himself back up onto his feet. And he knows, hey, I can get myself, and he does not believe that Makhachev is that strong in his mind. He's like, nope, I felt him. He's not that strong now. He might feel a little bit stronger when he's hydrated and feeling a little better. But I do think exactly he's going to come out and throw caution to the wind, and he's going to say, where's my greatest advantage? It is my speed. Yeah. I'm faster than him, and I can touch him before he can touch me, and I'm going to make him have to deal with that. And I agree with you. I think that is going to be his game plan.
This fight.
I don't think Volk thinks that Makhachev can hurt him on the feet.
This fight scares me. Well, he sat him to his butt. I mean, that says that he can kind of hurt him a little bit.
I'm not saying that he didn't. That didn't happen. I'm telling you, I don't think Volk looks at it like, yeah, you can't hurt me.
Yeah. Look, there's a lot of confidence that Volk can take from the first fight, but Volk also had a full camp the first fight. And so, like, I think in his mind, he's thinking, oh, I'm going to have the same, very similar results. You can't take me down. But you were very well prepared. I got to tip my hat to him, man. He was extremely prepared.
Oh.
But this is not the same fight. But I also think...
Dude, his work with Craig Jones, you could see the difference.
I look at what he can do with the speed. And we constantly say that speed kills. And it's an old saying because it's fucking true. It sticks around. That saying sticks around because it's true. Is that speed will definitely be Islam's demise if he's able to connect clean with something, especially early in the fight. It just feels like as the fight gets moving, you start feeling the pace of the fight. You start seeing the punches coming a little bit. But early in that first 2.5 minutes, Islam's got to be extremely careful. Extremely careful. He's got to wrestle fuck him to death in that first round to try to slow him down, try and get the reads on his timing with his striking, all those things. But with Volkanovski, brother, you got fucking big balls. Because you got to give the guy credit. You got to give him credit for stepping up, coming off not a camp, and broken hand, having surgery. I think he had surgery. All these things. And there's a lot on it that, look, if you lose, you lose. And people waste, and I got to be honest, people waste so much on situations like this. Oh, well, he lost. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a shit.
I don't care if Volkanovski lost. Give me another fighter in the 55-pound division that if they would have called, that wasn't in camp, would have been like, oh, I'm not going to lose my opportunity to get a title shot. It
is a title shot.
No, I'm saying they would I'm not going to lose my opportunity to get a title shot not having a full camp.
Without camp, yeah.
Motherfucker, Dana White don't want to hear that shit. Take the fucking fight. And it's so frustrating. Extremely frustrating. And so for this, Volk's got big balls. That camp's got big balls. His coaches got big balls. All of them by saying.
No, his coaches don't have big balls.
Oh, they said no?
Because this is exactly what occurred, and this is why normally, if someone called you and gave you this opportunity, what's the first thing most fighters say? Let me check with my camp real quick. Let me talk to my coaches real quick, and I'll call you right back. He didn't do that. He said, "Yep, taking it." And you look and you go, "All right, brother. Yep, you the man."
Well,
because that even look at you will get your coaches. Some of them, your coaches in management, you don't talk to them before. They're gonna be pissed at you, and they're like, "What?"
John, let's not forget, man. Your coaches fucking work for you.